What up? My boy Justin's about to be here right now. He's been working on a digital dropshipping store, so we're gonna go through and look at his progress, ask him some questions, and go from there. So we'll see you soon. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Dang. With that new Tesla though. That new wrap though. What up?
What's up?
Look like a completely different car.
It looks different, right?
Yeah. We vlogging.
Oh, you vlogging? Are we going straight to eat or?
Yeah, let's go with my car.
All right.
Juju on that beat. Juju on that beat. What do you think about that color though?
That shit sticks out. You're a target on the road.
Facts.
Every state trooper is looking at your ass.
Yep. Both of them.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Damn, bro. That should clean us
He
up.
put the 8 in R8.
Yo, more like 4.
All right, bro. Let's go.
Yo. Holy fuck.
See the sales for the day or something, bro?
Sales for the day so far. We are at. Oh, let me delete some notifications here. So it's 12:16 p.m. Barely past noon. We're at $459 today.
Okay.
Not bad.
Valid.
So we'll see how we. Let's see how many we have when we get back from lunch.
Yesterday was a record day or no?
Yesterday was a record day.
Hey, double record days.
Let's go back to
Twin
back.
'em.
Yo!
Oh, bro, it wasn't even in sport mode.
That felt like fucking sport mode. Dude, nah, that shit's crazy. Oh my god, that sounds insane. This shit got me drooling, bro. Fuck. What the fuck?
Hey,
I'm fucking drooling. Yo, is that a cop, bro?
That's border control, bro.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, that's a cop, bro. That's a cop.
We're not playing about that meat life.
Gotta eat some meat for real. Real meat.
Hey, we just went here to this place. Guys, if you're ever here, come to... Well,
Come to a restaurant.
the name is
It's
Las Acacias.
Asasias.
Las Acacias. Argentina is so good. Get the steak. Any of the milanesas is so good. But
Look what they gave us.
they gave us a little treat. Looks like a little poop emoji.
Yeah.
I heard that he just had some new sales on the store while we were at lunch too. So
Oh yeah.
if you're over 500 for the day, I'll let you drive. Let's see.
So what did we end out before we walked in? It was like 450 something.
Yeah, it was like 450.
So wait, let me update it. All right, we are at 629.
Hey.
So we made like almost $200 while eating.
All right, let's run it.
Fuck, I'm scared.
So foot's on the brake. Push this down. All right, now hit that. Grab the button on the left and pull it down. Now you're in drive. So you can just pull out like a normal car. Around here, everybody eats.
Shit, dude. Fuck. Damn, that shit sounds insane.
How was it? First V10 drive.
That's awesome. That was sick, honestly.
All right, bro. Once you hit 1K a day, well, I guess you're at 1K a day. Once you hit 10K a day, you have to buy a V10.
I'll buy a V10.
It's the first thing every e-com guy does at 10K a day. So
What kind of V10?
gotta match us, bro. We got 1, 2 R8s. Need a third.
All right, we'll get a third R8 then. Let's do it.
And it has to be black because we're gonna have a black and red Oreo.
Okay, you'll be the Oreo then.
I'll be the
Or
stuffing.
Yo, all right. How the fuck do I get out of here now?
We're just getting some work done here on the computers. We actually just did a live call with the DDM members in the community. So what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna put maybe a few clips right here from that call. Maybe there's some value gems that could help you in your digital dropshipping journey. So we'll throw them in right here, and continue this little video. Now, this is going to be a special little call. I don't know how much time we're going to spend on here, but of course, you're here to get results. You join because you want to get results. You guys are here because you want to learn about the business. You guys want to meet other like-minded people, right? And for me, being in this space online, sharing my journey, building these businesses has connected me with like some of my closest friends and people that I work with to this day. And some of you guys have seen lately, I've been posting like on Instagram with like the recent store that I've been building. So technically, this is like it's been 2 weeks since then. I'll show you guys live. This is today so far in that store. Over $840 there. You guys are able to see. And then we got another, let me just see this phone real quick. Another store right here. This has done over $680 so far today, but this isn't my store. This isn't my store. This is an emergency meeting special guest. We got my boy Justin over here.
What's up, guys?
Justin started his own digital dropshipping store like, I don't know, what, it's been a couple months?
So I started in July, it's been like 3 months.
Yeah, it's like 3 months, and I feel like you relatively got into like a couple $100 a day, like in the first month or no?
So I built out the store within a week. Started running ads as soon as I finished building out the store, and then that week after is when I started seeing some results. So I was doing like spending $50 a day, $100 a day, getting back 150 to 200 a day. So it was like a 2x ROAS within like 3 weeks.
Yeah. And then I feel like you were kind of at like that same place for a little while though.
Yeah, I was definitely going more at a slow pace because I wanted to come in more as like a beginner mindset. Because some people in here know I was working with Tanner behind the scenes. I was actually helping some of you guys. But when I decided to open my own store, because technically I had never started my own store in the first place, I was just working with Tanner on his stuff behind the scenes. So when I did it, I was like, okay, I'm going to be the student now. I'm going to come in, I'm going to watch through DDM 2.0, and I'm going to take everything slow and steady, step by step, and just kind of focus as I go through this. So yeah, it was a little slow start, but I mean, still for a lot of people here, it's quick. 3 weeks, 2x ROAS, making $50 to $100 a day. That's very impactful for a lot of people. So at that point, after 3 weeks, that's when I started to try and scale a little bit. Started raising the budgets, testing new creatives. At the end of month one, I finished with like 3K. Month two, I did like 4K profit. But now we're on month three, and I don't know if you guys saw the screenshots on the story. A couple days ago, like 3 or 4 days ago, I decided I was gonna say fuck it. I'm just gonna up all the ad spend. I had all my winning creatives; they're doing well. So at the time, I was spending $200 a day, and I said, screw it. I'm gonna spend like $700 or $800 a day, and that's when I got my first 1K day. Okay. Actually, that first 1K day ended at 1,200, so I made like $300 or $400 that day. So yeah, I'm gonna be transparent. The $1,200 that you see on my revenue, that's not profit, but still, I spent $700 or $800 and I made $400. At the end of the month, that's 12,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, if you do it every day.
If I'm doing that every day, yeah, that's like $12,000 a month, in profit. So I mean, that's something that could change a lot of people's lives. And what I've seen in a lot of people is they just don't take action, right? When I was working with Tanner, I was the manager here in DDM. A lot of people had problems taking action. They were either too scared, too busy with other things. They weren't confident in themselves. So when I decided to go ahead and do this, I was like, I'm just gonna make sure I stay consistent and take action every day. And that's what I did. 3 months later, the store is doing over $1,000 a day. Yesterday was my record day. I did 1,400. Today we're on pace to do over 1,000 as well. Right now I'm at, he showed you 680. I'm at 680. So yeah, I mean,
Took some risk.
definitely took
I mean,
some
because
risk,
bro,
a little bit of
realistically,
risk.
the difference between spending $200 a day and then spending $700 a day wasn't a matter of like all of these different actions and things you had to do. Is literally just taking that risk and upping the budgets on something that you already saw working. So, like, I've been talking about this in my content with the new store and things that I'm doing recently. I'm like, I'm just trying to push and see what that limit is for these products because we know, and we're in completely different niches, but $100 a day or $200 a day is not the limit. 1K a day, 2K a day is not the limit for either of the niches. Maybe it's 5K a day, 10K, 20.
No.
We don't know yet. We're pushing the boundaries on that.
I'm ready to push. I mean, my Meta ads says that my daily spending limit now is like
10K plus.
it's probably like 8 or 10K now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm willing to spend that amount of money to get a good return on it. So yeah, I
Well,
mean,
let's see it,
there.
bro.
I just wanted to know, so right now, like, I'm trying to speed things up as fast as possible so I can start running ads and doing the same. Ideally, I thought I'd be done by now, like building my store and having my product and everything. But I think my issue, and like I know you said it took you a week to build a store, so I don't know if, being in the back end helped you getting like insight on like how to do things faster, but I right now, like my biggest obstacle right now, just to get to like the running ads, is the coding to a lot of things. Because a lot of things that I wanted on my website, I had to either download an app or I had to like um, edit the code that they had in the theme. And that's what I've been like a lot of time has been, I've never coded before. So I'm just learning from ChatGPT. So I guess my question is just like, how did you get your store to look the way you wanted to look and then start running ads just a week later? Just because right now I've been editing and coding and I'm just like, bro, I've been up to like 5 a.m. the past couple of days, just like trying to get it the way I like. And now like that I'm taking things out, I'm like, okay, how did I do this? So
Gotcha.
I guess how did you get past that stage?
Well, I mean, I was in a similar situation to you. I built out that store within the first week, right? But after I had that first version of the store, like a week, 2 weeks later, I noticed that there were some things that I could improve on. So I kind of did a little bit of a, review of the store and redid a lot of it. But basically, what really helped me finish my store was I actually took 3 stores in the same niche that were selling something very close to what I was selling. And I took inspiration from all 3 of them. I saw their best qualities and I wanted to put those best qualities on my store. And that's as simple as it gets. I didn't, you know, come up with this whole creative, masterminding thing where, I was doing all this coding and stuff. I legit used Tanner's free template that he provides all of you guys, the gem pages template. And I just started taking things from this store that I thought I liked, things from this store, and I just kind of got all these different parts and put them together. Now, as far as the coding specifically goes, like liquid and coding like that, I actually spoke to someone like 2 days ago about this, and they are using ChatGPT to come up with certain ideas for, they want to have these different images or graphics on, a section of their store, and ChatGPT is creating the code to generate that. Honestly, that's a little too complicated for even me. And
That's what I've been doing. It's literally it's terrible.
I
It's
haven't done
terrible.
anything on mine.
yeah,
Nothing,
I
bro. I
have
haven't done shit.
no
How?
liquid, no
You
code
don't
on my
need to.
store.
The only
So you use the gem pages template?
On this one, I'm not no gym pages. It's just like standard
Straight.
product pages. But
Gotcha.
what I am using a couple of apps for different things in terms of like variant selector, like caching, bundles app, like because they have a cool design for there. But it's not really. I mean, it's not completely necessary. I feel like unless if there's a specific function, usually there's already an app out there for it that you can at least use a free trial for. If it's something that's more just like aesthetically, then it's usually not like it's not like a very needle moving thing because it's like me deciding, oh, if my logo is good or not. Like it doesn't really matter what I think if I don't have any traffic going there to begin with. And not to like distract further, but also Shopify has a feature now. If you go inside like the theme editor and you want to add a section, they have an AI thing where you can type like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
add a section for this, and it codes it. It's not perfect, but it can make the sections.
Have similar to what we all have. I mean, it's a perfectionist mindset at the end of the day. You want it to look good and you want it to be the best that it could possibly be. And that's something that I've always struggled with was having that perfectionist mindset and wanting something to be perfect. But when you go into it, you just need to make sure, you get started, right? You want to get everything done as quick as possible. And then if you have any improvements that you can do that later. It's not gonna, kill your store if it's not perfect up front, right? You just want to get it out there, start testing, and running ads or organic, whatever you're going to be doing. Like speaking of perfectionist mindset, that's something that is still affecting me right now. Like I have what you saw the sales I'm making. I have $680 in sales right now for the day. That is with 6 ad sets or 6 ad creatives that I've been running since the beginning. And I know that I could possibly scale it even harder if I would just start testing new creatives. And that's something that's been taking me a long time to do because I mean, it's working. I don't want to, you know what to say. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Don't try to fix it. So that's like what's been stuck in my head. But I know that I should be testing new creatives. 6 ad creatives is not enough. You guys should be testing 10, 12, 15 creatives, and then, put that all together into, what do we call that, CBO campaign, whatever the case is. So the other day, Tanner told me, take all your winning creatives, put them into a CBO campaign. And that's what's been working for me the best with this new store. So I tried it out. And the next day I was spending $200 less and I got an even higher return on all the sales. So that's something that also really helped me out.
I had a question about the format of ads you are using. Are you using static image ads or videos, or what do you use, and how
So
do you find your
it's actually
winning
crazy.
angles?
So right now I'm just using image ads. I haven't even
Image ads, okay.
did any videos yet, but I should be, because from what I've seen with other people, the videos tend to, perform a little bit better on some cases, maybe not for other people, but that's something I do want to test. Right now it's straight up just image ads, and it's not anything crazy. It's probably the most simple ad creative. It's a picture of my digital product on an iPad, and then above it is a little tagline that's catchy, and people like it. When they click it takes them to the website, and then they can, see the product. It's honestly the most simple ad creative you can think of. It's just looks very nice. Now,
Okay.
I also used AI to help create that. You don't have to be like the most, uh, you know, professional designer. You don't have to be a pro at Photoshop or anything. I got the mock-up for the iPad itself with no screen off
Mm-hmm.
of Google or one of these websites, and then I put the picture of my product inside the iPad, and then I asked ChatGPT to put a background behind it, and that's as simple as it was. And then I went on Canva and I put some text over it. That's as simple as the ad creatives are. Um, but yeah, I definitely do want to test some videos. I haven't
And
done that.
and how do you find your like winning hooks? Because I'm also running static image ads.
What I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, since, like I told you guys, I've had these 6 same ad creatives that I've been running, and I haven't tried anything else. I have an idea of what's going to work next for the new creatives I create. And I've been saving image ads from other brands that have nothing to do with what my product is. I've even saved ad creatives from physical products that just looks like I can put my digital product in there and it'll work. An example of one of those is the Ripple. I don't know if you guys know, there's like this vape that it's no nicotine, and they've been pushing it hard, like, quit vaping. And the ad creative itself is a picture of the little vape stick, and then there's lines coming out of it, and it tells you all like the benefits that you get out of it, like, uh, you know, quit nicotine, this, that. I mean, I don't remember what the benefits were, but it was such a clean creative, and it caught my eye. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Something simple like that will do so well, just like mine is. So I was like, okay, this is something that I could recreate. I'm going to put an iPad with my digital product in the middle, and I'm going to have lines coming out of it telling people what they can do and what benefits they're going to get out of my product.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. There's other creatives. I don't remember all of them. I've saved a lot of pictures, and I've also bookmarked on Instagram whenever they come up. But that's how you're going to get your ideas. You don't have to be an inventor. You can just be someone who repurposes things and makes it better. So
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm in the stage right now where I'm testing different creatives. And I've been doing that for like 3 weeks now. I just wanted to know, like, what was the deciding factor for you to start scaling? Like, what did you see in your app performance that made you make the decision to up your budget and start going crazy?
yeah, I mean, I was very defensive at first. Like, I was scared to up the budget at all, because when I first started running ads, I started out with 10 creatives. I started running each of them at $5 a day. After like 3 days, I finally got my first sale. I was hyped. And then I started noticing like a trend with all my creatives. And 6 out of the 10 creatives all had, similar um, visuals and similar colors. And I was like, okay, these look like the winners. I'm going to up the ads on those because they kind of relate to each other. And it worked. I doubled the budget to $10. And, these other ads that I raised started getting sales. And I noticed that the ones that I didn't, they never ended up getting sales after like spending like $50 each on each creative at the end of the week
Mm.
or 2 weeks. And then at that point I was like, okay, I'm going to turn these off and I'm going to pump up the gas a little bit on the ones that were working. So it was a slow process. I wanted to see more because at that point, I was breaking even and making a little bit of profit. So I was like, let me just spend a little bit more money on them. Maybe
Mhm.
the algorithm on Meta is still learning my audience. Um, So I was like, screw it, let me bump it up a little bit, $15, $20 a day on each of these ad creatives. It was not in a CBO campaign at that point. I was still doing ad set budget. And it got to a point where it was actually performing very well. And I was getting like a overall 2x, 3x return on my ad spend when it was very low budget. So I was spending like $100 a day on these ad creatives, and I was getting back like 200 or 300 bucks on average. So at that point, I was like, man, this is going so well. I'm not touching anything. I'm just going to let this keep making me money over time, and I'm not going to, mess with anything. It's working. But then over time, things started to slow down. I'm like, okay, I'm having some bad days, some good days, and now I don't know what's going on. And that's the thing with Meta. Like, you're gonna have great days. Things are gonna feel like they're going consistently, and out of nowhere, things are gonna be super unprofitable, and it's not gonna work. You can't let that discourage you, because I mean, now I'm spending even more, and I'm making even more. So it's more of like you're just messing around, testing. Sometimes I would turn off the ad set and then restart it at midnight, and then the next day it's like, oh, I rebooted it, now it's working again somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Meta is just weird like that. But at the end of the day, it does know who your audience is. If you've been running the ad for a long time, especially if you are profitable, it will stay profitable as long as eventually my ads are going to stop working. But over time, I'm going to have to start creating new creatives, because my audience is going to get sick of the ones that I've been running this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, if you see any signs of profit, you're getting a good return, breaking even a little bit, try to raise it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing like a 2x ROAS, spending $100 a day, but I was only making $100. I wanted to make more. I wanted to get closer to $500 a day, like now. So I slowly started raising it. Eventually got to 300. Yeah, my ROAS dropped a little bit, but I was still making a little bit more. I was making now like $150 a day. And then, yeah, I mean, I had a couple days where I saw that I combined all the ad sets into the CBO, and they were doing very well, because now Facebook got to decide where it wanted to spend the money on, which creative it wanted to spend the money on. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna let Facebook do its thing. I'm gonna give it a lot more budget and see what happens. So yeah, I upped the budget to $750 a day for that campaign. No longer ad set budget; it was just campaign budget. And I was like, let's see what happens. And boom, I mean, I spent 750 the first day, made back 1200. Second day, 750, made back 1300. Third day, 1400. Right now, I mean, we'll see what happens today. Yesterday was my record day, 1400. Let's see if we can hit 1500 today. How do you find other people's ad creatives? The Facebook ad library is so messy. If you use it, what kind of search terms do you usually use or recommend? I know exactly what you mean. The Facebook ad library might not be exactly the perfect. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing tool, but just because you search up, a word that's related to your niche, that does not mean that you're gonna find, other ad creatives that are relative to what you're looking for. So I would just try to test out, a bunch of different words. If you're selling something in the nutrition space, search up nutrition, search up diet, search up meal plans, and just see if you can find any image ads or videos that relate somewhat to what you're trying to sell. But you're honestly going to have a better idea, or you're going to find more people selling something close to what you're selling if you do it through social media. If you're looking on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, TikTok, if you're just scrolling, liking videos, saving, you know people that are in that niche, eventually you will get things like that. I get, you know, basically duplicates of my product on my feed all the time. People are selling the same thing. It's because I'm constantly looking for it. If you look for it, it'll eventually pop up on your Instagram or whatever you're using. But yeah, no, ad library is an amazing tool. I definitely recommend it if you haven't yet.
This is, I don't know if it's like a personal question, but thus far, like doing what you've been doing for 3 months, have you been able to just, I guess, focus on this as like your sole like job, or are you still like, I guess, is this kind of like secondary to whatever you're doing?
No, I'll be completely transparent with you guys. What I'm doing now, I put all the time and effort at the very beginning. You're going to put all the time in to build the store, create the creatives, and really put all the pieces together up front. But once you have everything kind of built out and you've tested, and now you have something that's doing pretty well, it does not take that much time out of my day to really run this. Like I said, I built out the store, I put all the creatives together. It took me the most time to do that. Like you said, you're staying up to like 5 in the morning. I was doing the same thing. I was staying up till 5, 6, 7 in the morning, working on my store, trying to perfect everything as best as I could. Eventually got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm just taking way too much time. And I know that if I'm going at his pace, especially by, the program space, DDM 2.0, I should have my store ready by the end of the first week at least. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to stop being a perfectionist. I'm just going to get this out of the way, get the store done. And that's what I did. Started running the ads. A couple weeks later, saw some changes I could make to the product and to the store. So I did that. But now I got to the point where my store's done. My ad creatives are doing well. I could go ahead and, make some new ones. That won't take me too much time, maybe an hour, 2 hours to design some new ones. But like the majority of my time is just looking at my ad account every couple times a day, maybe changing the budget, and responding to customer support, like emails if people have questions or billing issues, stuff like that. And then I have plenty of time to do my side hustles, whatever I got going on. I do, stocks, I do crypto, I do stuff like that on the side. So this has allowed me to kind of make an income, but also do what I want on the side, make another income on the side. But yeah, this can definitely be your main source of income. I mean, I know people who were in the program before I left who were doing 20, 30, 40K a month, 250K a month. There's people who are killing it, and you can be one of those people. You just need to put in that work. Now, to get to those larger numbers, I'm sure you're going to have to put in a lot more time than what I'm doing, right? I'm not spending that much time on this. But if I wanted to get to that point, I mean, this would be my sole focus. I'd be, doing research all day, trying to absorb as much information, learn, look into more of the program, maybe rewatch a couple of things, ask questions, reach out. That's what I'd be doing if I wanted to really, scale this thing up to those kind of numbers. But where I'm at now, I like where I'm at. I mean, I don't have the desire to go crazy and uh yeah, I don't know, blow it up to that amount yet because I'm just starting. I'm trying to absorb as much as I get through this, but um yeah, I mean, it doesn't take up a crazy amount of time. No.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I see Nelson said, I'm just starting. What's the most important aspect to have a winning store? The product, the niche, the ad, the landing page? Um, honestly, it's a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say like one beats the other because if you have a great product and a shitty store, then you're not gonna get sales. So you want to have like a good overall, everything. You want a decent store, you want a decent product. The niche doesn't have to be perfect, but you definitely do want to go into a niche where people have money. For example, my demographic is a little bit on the older side. My average, buyer is between the age of like 45, 50 to 60 plus. Um, but yeah, that's I chose that personally. You don't have to go into that. I know there's people who they sell like weight loss, nutritional stuff, and that's all ages. When do you understand that the niche is sucks, or if it suck means that you're not pushing enough? So to be honest with you guys, I haven't tested enough products to just be like, yeah, this is like a perfect, example of why a niche would suck. I think you'd be able to tell when a niche sucks. If you've been, I mean, that's a hard question because the niche could suck or you could suck. I mean, like if you're just not doing the right things, it might be a you problem. It might not be the niche. You might have a great
Uh,
niche and a great product, but you're just not doing the right things
the
to
best
move
way
the
to know
needle.
the answer of which one is which is basically, is there a market for this elsewhere? Whether it's physical product or digital product, is this a common enough problem where there are people that I see selling other products in this niche or something, adjacent? If so, then great. If I can't make $100 a day or $1,000 a day, then it's a me problem and I suck.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to start something new that I've never seen in any way, shape, or form, physical product, digital product, like something like that, then I would be afraid for myself because, um,
Yeah, you don't know if there's no proof of concept
yeah.
elsewhere.
But it also helps to be in communities like this where you're communicating with other people, even if not just me or Justin or someone else you're talking to in the chat. it's great when you're around more people doing a similar type of thing because you start to have these types of conversations more. And I've gotten a lot of insights that I wouldn't get just by doing research online, just through word of mouth, through people that I mean, I just talk to in the space who give me little insights, not of me like poking, but like people just, I don't know, like one conversation. You never know who someone else knows or what someone else knows, and sometimes that provides a lot of information. And so, um, it's not necessarily a strategy or like a direct research method, but through the grapevine, I hear a lot about of like what's working and what's not working. And also, I think a cool part is like one thing that you experienced that I don't think we've talked about a lot is that you had this like base level version of your product. You bought your product was just a PLR product, right?
Yeah.
That you bought off
So I
Etsy.
bought my product off of Etsy, and it was
Like $5, $10, 20.
$2 and like 30 cents. That's how much I bought my digital product for. Um,
But that's not exactly what you're still selling to this day,
yeah.
right?
So I bought the product, and a lot of, the product is not the same product now. I mean, it's the same product, but it's completely redesigned. And the reason for that is because when I first started running ads, getting sales, and getting feedback from customers, I noticed I was getting a lot of the same questions. People asking about certain aspects of the product. Does it have this? Is this a feature? Why is it missing this? I need this. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and, you know, redesign. I'm gonna make all of these features a thing on the next product. I'm gonna go ahead and I went on Upwork. I found someone who worked on digital products, the designer, and I had them completely rebuild out the product with all of those things that these people were saying. And in the process, I had like a date in mind that I wanted to launch this new version of the digital product. So I sent out a survey through email to all of my existing customers, people who had purchased before, and I asked them, like simple questions like, where are you from? How old are you? Gender. Like I wanted to know who my customer was, but I also wanted to know what they wanted in the product because it would be a lot easier to not only sell the product, but it's also going to satisfy the customers. I'm going to have less customer headaches. They're going to be more satisfied with the product. Maybe word of mouth will improve. I'll get more, natural sales through word of mouth. So that's exactly what I did. I sent out a survey, asked questions, favorite color, this, that, do you like this feature? If you could add one feature, what would that feature be? So they went ahead and, I got a bunch of responses. I think I got like 150 off of that, email survey. And then, yeah, I implemented, the most popular changes to the product, and I had that person on Upwork do it, and that became the new product. And I ended up sending that out for free. That was like the exchange. If they fill out the survey, you get the new version for free. And I went ahead and sent that to all of them. So that's what my product is now. So I used all that feedback from the customers to improve the product itself. And not only that, that improved version of my product also gives me a lot of leverage on the website itself. Now I can add sections to my website that has those features, that explains how the features
You
work.
should talk about the comments.
What comments?
Social proof.
Dude, nah, I got some crazy sauce.
Yo.
Pause. So when I first started running ads, I started at the beginning of July. I started to see, comments, right? That's what first sparked the ideas to change the product, because I started seeing a lot of comments, people asking questions like this, your product have this? Is this a feature? Does it work with this device? Is it compatible with this program? And when I noticed that, I would respond to all the comments. First of all, like I'd respond to all these people, let them know. But that creative started performing better than all of my other creatives. And I'm convinced that the reason why is because they're getting an FAQ, frequently asked questions, right in front of them on the ad. So if they do have any, you know, speculation of something,
Always answer the comments.
yeah, you gotta
Always.
answer them. So yeah, I mean, all the questions that they have that might be stopping them from purchasing are already on the ad creative. So it's just gonna help convert even better. So that's something I did not notice until later on. I was still responding to all the comments, but when I started testing new campaigns or a new ad set and I wanted to change the audience or do this or that, I noticed that Meta was starting completely new like ad posts. My comments were disappearing. I didn't have the social proof anymore. The likes, I had 0 likes on the posts now. So I was like, damn, bro, it's like I'm starting all over. And I noticed like the sales started dropping. My ROAS was not as good as it was once before. So when I just started this new campaign and raised the budget, I looked online. I was like, dude, how can I get those comments back on the post? Like they were definitely like helping out. And I saw that you can actually find, if you still have the old ad sets in a campaign and you didn't delete it, you can get the post ID from those ad sets and actually apply them to, you know, the new campaign post that you're doing. It'll use the same creative, the same text that it already had. So that's what I did. I found all of them and I was so happy when I found it. And I was able to apply all those post IDs to the campaign that I was doing now. So now all these campaigns that I'm running now at $800 a day, they have, you know, all the likes that I had before, you know, 60, 80, 100 plus likes. I had like 20 comments, people asking if it was compatible with this device, if it worked with this program, whatever the case is. And, you know, all those questions that people commonly had were being answered for them. And now, after doing that, I'm looking into my campaign and you know how it chooses whichever creative it wants to spend the most money on? Bro, it's spending like 80 or 90% of the campaign budget on the one creative that has like the most comments.
So it's just stacking them now at this
It's
point.
at this point, like I could technically just run that one ad creative and I'll still be profitable. It's crazy.
All right, guys. Have an amazing day. Goodbye.
Later.
Buenas tardes. Bye.